Hello friends, as you can see I've got all my supplies here ready to go to begin making my tinfoil figure sculpture. I've gotten a piece of tinfoil out that's about the length of my fingertips to my elbow, roughly, just for scale there. How long your pieces will decide how tall your figure is. So if you want a kid, go a little shorter. If you want a tall person, go a little bigger. But you'll get a chance to see what this one looks like. You'll also see that I've kind of broken this tinfoil down into little segments. I am going to take my scissors and I'm going to begin making some cuts to create 2 arms, 2 legs, a head, and a torso section. The first cut I'm going to do is I'm going to essentially take the halfway mark of my rectangle of tinfoil, and I'm going to make a cut up between the legs to a little bit shorter than the halfway mark, so about 2/3, a little more than 2/3 of that. Okay, so you can see what those 2 legs look like now. Now I'm going to make 3 cuts across the top to about the halfway of the halfway. So essentially, if the halfway mark is that little notch right here, maybe to like just above where my word torso is, I'm going to make 3 cuts straight down. I'll show you what that looks like. Okay. So now you can see my cuts, my 2 cuts to make 3 little sections for left arm, head, and right arm. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up my tinfoil sheet and I'm going to begin gently squeezing together those sections. I'm going to start with the legs, then do the arms, and then okay, so you can see I've got my 2 legs, my torso, my 2 arms, and now I'm ready to kind of work on my head. Now a tip for your head is you don't want to just squeeze and scrunch together. You want to kind of take your fingers and gently squeeze it this way into a ball because we don't want this one to be like a long piece like the arms and legs. We want it to be kind of gently curve it into a ball shape at the top. Also, by gently squeezing this way, you are creating it's tighter in where the neck is. Okay, so that also kind of helps give us a neck. So now we've got the beginnings of our tinfoil figure. Now you can obviously see that I have a little work to do reshaping my right shoulder, and I have extremely long arms that no doubt would reach my toes without any type of anything, which is where your scissors come in use. So you can make little trims here and there if you got a funky foot or an arm or leg that ends up being too long. And then I'll show you kind of what that looks like. Okay, so I'm getting ready to trim the left arm, and if you go back, if you remember that visual I showed you in the slideshow, an arm is roughly 3 heads long. So I've marked here the where I needed to cut it, and my assistant Murtu here is going to trim off that little excess. And now I will just do the same to match my, my 2 arm lengths. Okay, so you can see I've got 2 basic figure shapes here, one adult size, one child size, and they are ready for me to begin to kind of play around with and have some fun with. At this point, you guys can kind of do whatever you want. You could begin defining muscles, giving your figure hair or clothing and shoes, or putting a cape on them, whatever you think would be cool. This is where you get to really be creative.